So today is Super Bowl Sunday, and to be honest, I couldn't really care. I am driving right now to pick up my new puppy. She's gonna be a Super Bowl puppy. Kobe, my last dog, passed away almost exactly 6 months ago to the day, which I can't believe it. But I'm definitely ready and excited for a new adventure with a new puppy. I still miss Kobe, but I am very excited to have a puppy again. I just miss having a dog in the house. So I'll say I'm also excited about her name. So I've settled on a name. I already know her name. And it took a while. It was very different this time around because with Kobe, I knew Kobe's name literally years before Kobe was born. I was a huge Kobe Bryant fan, and it had such a good ring to it. And Kobe as a dog's name wasn't very common back then. So it was the perfect name, and it was nothing to think about. This time it's been a lot different. I keep changing her name in my head, and I'm not as into sports as I was back then. I don't have like some sports legend that I want to name her after. I'm much more into nature and travel. So I was trying to find a name that connects to those things. I will admit her first name was Belle. I call her Broadway Belle, and that's kind of cute, and the Instagram handle was available. So that was her name literally for years. I've been thinking about it ever since Kobe slowed down. I did not want to get a puppy while Kobe was in retirement. I wanted to let Kobe have a very peaceful retirement, and I think she did.
Are you trying to keep us out of Del Boca Vista?
But I was thinking about the next dog and what her name would be. But I moved on from Belle. If you look up what makes a good dog name, they're going to tell you 2 syllables is what you're looking for, like Kobe. Belle was only 1 syllable, but also Belle was like a top 10 most popular name for a dog, and I didn't like that. So I changed it at some point. I decided I didn't want it to be Belle necessarily. And I went through other names like Peyton and Hickory and Charlie. Her name was Charlie for a couple of months. I love the name Charlie, but again, it was too popular. I think I read even it's like the #1 most common dog name. So I had to move on from Charlie. So now I have a new name for her. It's been her name for over a month in my head. And how I landed on this name was that I wanted something that connected her to Kobe. And I started thinking of all the places Kobe and I had been, and there's one that just stood out, and it also has a good ring to it. I think it's going to make a great name. So whenever I think of Sedona, Arizona, I think of hiking there with Kobe. We went there many, many times, and we hiked most of the trails in Sedona. And to me, Kobe and Sedona are, go together. And so that is going to be my new puppy's name. It's going to be Sedona.
Sedona is a desert town in the middle of Arizona where I used to live with Kobe, and it's famous for its red rock formations and incredible views. There are more than 200 hiking trails in Sedona, and Kobe and I did a lot of them, and I've always considered Sedona one of the most beautiful places in the world, especially when it's covered in snow.
It breaks the 2-syllable rule, but I don't really care about that. I think it still hits Sedona. I think it will still be very recognizable and familiar for her. And additionally, my mother had a great idea, which is to give her a middle name. And so with that in mind, her full name is Sedona Belle. I love that, the way it sounds, and then I'm tying back to her original name of Belle, and now I've got some Southern charm in her name, now that I live in Tennessee. So I think it's perfect. So I'm really excited about her name. Sedona's fun to say. I already know my Oktoberfest party is going to be called Sedona Fest. So she's got a great name, and now I just got to pick her out. She's going to be a #1 draft pick. There's 4 girls in this breed, or in this litter, excuse me, and I get the #1 pick. So a lot of pressure on her, You know, a lot of pressure. She's a #1 draft pick. Kobe was not a #1 draft pick. Will this be a Shaquille O'Neal draft or a Kwame Brown draft? That's to be determined. I do think I know which one I'm going to pick. I met them last week when I was here, so I have a favorite, but I still want to, you know, play with all of them and see if something changes my mind. The one I want to pick was in a purple ribbon. Kobe was also in a purple ribbon when I picked her out, and I feel like that also helps connect the two of them. So purple ribbon first grabbed my attention when the breeder sent me this video a couple weeks before this day. As you can see, Purple was waiting patiently behind the pack for a treat and then lost her patience and pushed her way up to the very front, all the way to the point of jumping up on the breeder. So I thought that was cute, and I thought it was cute how she lost her patience, and that's how she got on my radar. Like I mentioned, the breeder let me visit the puppies the week before selection day, and so that was a neat experience. I got to hang out with all 4 puppies. I couldn't help myself though. I stayed pretty much biased towards Purple the entire time. I tried to stay open-minded, but she was acting super sweet, and it really came down between her and Yellow, but Purple was clearly my favorite. So I'm almost there. I'm like 15 minutes away, and I am gonna be picking my new puppy. If there was any doubt as to which puppy I was going to take home on this day, it was immediately shut down by Miss Purple, as she was up on my ankle as soon as I stepped into their backyard. And so from that point forward, Purple was mine, and Purple would be known as Sedona. My job is done.
Yeah.
You need to go to college. Whoa, that was perfect.
Hi, where are you going?
Hi, Pink.
We're here. Yeah, we're right here.
Hi, Pink. Hi, Pink. Hey, guys.
They're real cheap if you want to get her one of those to play with.
Okay. Oh, that looks fun. Kobe used to go down a slide.
That's so fun. Make sure you're here.
She might.
She stays in the back and doesn't.
Sometimes they all do, but once they've done it a little bit, they usually settle down. Yeah, good babies. Good job, Mr. Camo. Yeah. Yes.
Good girl, Sedona. Choosing a name for your puppy is about more than just a label. It's a start of a lifelong bond and a word you'll be saying over and over thousands of times. To help your puppy learn quickly, aim for 2-syllable names, or something with a natural cadence, and something that's easy for them to recognize during training or in crowded places. And if you ask me, look for something with sentimental meaning, perhaps a nod to a favorite place like Sedona. Most importantly, pick a name that feels right and that feels right in your heart. And lastly, be patient, or you might end up with a Charlie when you really want a Sedona.
It's okay, Sedona.
If you'd like to see how Sedona grows up into being the good girl that I'm sure she'll be, give us a like and a follow and a subscribe, and I'll be sure to continue to share Sedona with everybody.
The show is about nothing.
Well, it's not about nothing.
No, it's about nothing.